Good afternoon, Niner fans. It is definitely not a victory Monday. 49ers got crushed by the Rams yesterday, and 49ers head coach Kyle Shanahan gave up his injury updates following the Rams debacle. And the good news is there's no injuries. There's no injuries to report. That's the win. That's what we won this week. We didn't win a game against the Rams, but we didn't have any new injuries. It's good. That's good news. That's the great news of the day. 2 days in a row, he didn't report any injuries, Kyle Shanahan. Usually, Monday, we'll get a couple new injuries after the day after. It's some lingering soreness, something. Not today. Last night, Kyle Shanahan said no injuries. Today, no new injuries. That's the best news of the week. You know what? I think that's a victory Monday. Listen, this is crazy, actually. So normally we have a victory Monday, right? And we're like, it's a bittersweet day because we're hyped up and then big injury happens. Today we lost. I'm a little bit more happy because we didn't have any major injuries. That's a dub. So it's like, in a way, it's a victory Monday. But let's talk about my boy Brandon Aiyuk. So according to Kyle Shanahan, he's not going to be practicing. They're not opening up his window. In order to practice, because he's coming off the injury reserve, he has to have his window open. They're not doing it. Do you think he's ever going to play this year? I'm starting to believe Brandon Aiyuk's never come back this season. I don't know. I mean, it's week 11 now? You open up the practice window. You got 3 weeks, 21 days. So let's say they open it next week 12. Then you got week 13, 14, 15. What if he comes back week 15? You got a very small amount of time for him to play. And then at that point of the season, it may not be beneficial to even bring him back because he's going to be rusty, right? When he comes back, he's not going to be 100%. He's not going to be like Brandon Aiyuk a couple years ago when he earned that contract. It may be pointless to play him. I know they might be pushing towards the playoffs because they got a couple games they could win here in the next couple of weeks and going to give us a little bit of false hope because the defensive line ain't winning the Super Bowl right now. You better believe it. But I don't know. It begs to ask the question, will Brandon Aiyuk be back? I don't know. Maybe after the bye week, right? We got a late bye week, week 14, and you come back week 15. But that's the point. Like, you're going to play him for like the last 2-3 weeks. Is it even beneficial? I mean, maybe to get some film on tape if you're going to trade him or see if that needs any good anyways. You want to see if you got damaged goods or not. Because right now it is, but it's tough. It's unfortunate for Brandon Aiyuk. But again, this was a major, major injury. I said it all along. Torn ACL, MCL, meniscus. It's not a good year. It's not a good year. It's not a good injury to have any year. But it's not been a good year for Brandon Aiyuk. That's a terrible injury. It's an absolutely terrible injury. I feel bad for the guy. But a guy that could be coming back, Ricky Pearsall. Kyle Shanahan says that they expect him to return to practice. Now, does that mean he's going to play? Doesn't mean he's going to play, but it means he's going to practice. Now, that's a big difference. A lot of people are like, oh, Ricky Pearsall's back. Pump the brakes a little. They have to see how he does in practice over the next couple of days. And then they'll determine. But the good news is he's returned to practice. So the first step in playing is practicing, right? Last week, Kyle Shanahan says he has to be able to run at certain speeds. He has certain markers he has to make, right? I think Grant Cohn asked him the question, like, he could play ball, but he can't play football. He goes, yeah, you can play basketball, but there's certain things you have to do as a football player that he has to do to be able to return to the game. So that's what they're going to determine. They're going to evaluate him while he practices. Does his knee hurt? Is he in pain while he's cutting? Can he jump? Can he leap? Can he make the same routes without pain or difficulty? They're really going to have to evaluate him through the next couple of days at practice this week to determine if he can play. But the good news is he could practice, but practice and play is a whole different story. But you have to get through practice with very limited issues or no issues at all, really, in order to play. And the same thing with Brock Purdy. They're going to evaluate him this week. And Kyle Shanahan says, we need him to be a full participant. We need him to have 3 aggressive practices. Kyle Shanahan says they need 3 aggressive practices for him to return to play and be a starter. And that's true. Like, you can go to practice, but just because you practice doesn't mean you're going to play. Because if you're going through practice and you're limited and you can't, plant on your foot, or you can't cut and you can't make a throw on your back foot or whatever for Brock Purdy, then you're not going to play. So Brock Purdy He's looking better. He has a chance. Obviously, has a chance every week to play, according to Kyle Shanahan. But we'll see how he makes it through practice. That's going to be the story of the week. Is Brock Purdy healthy enough to come back? And then the other story, and it's all over the place, is should you put in Brock Purdy at this point, right? Mac Jones has been playing pretty good. He had a good game yesterday against the Rams, although we got blown out. It wasn't Mac's fault. The offense was rolling. Threw one pick, but that pick was fourth down. The game was pretty much over. Pressure on his face. He was trying to make a play on fourth down. Yeah, so much pressure, and he threw a pick. And it was kind of a jump ball situation with CMC. It is what it is. It wasn't even a bad pick, but he played good. 3 touchdowns. You kidding me? You tell me you had 3 touchdowns in a loss. That's a pretty good performance. But that defense the 49ers had was not good. Mac Jones has been playing good, right? He's won a lot of games. They got 4 easy games. You got Arizona. Well, I wouldn't say easy because I've been saying it all offseason. It's not an easy schedule, but these are winnable, easier games. Although with this defense, nothing's easy. But I mean, you got games that you should be able to win. I guess I'll put it that way. Arizona, I think they got Carolina. You got Tennessee and the Browns. You should be able to win those games. If you're a playoff team, you got 6 wins, regardless of the injuries. You should be able to win those games. You still got CMC. You still got George Kittle, who had a fucking electric game yesterday. I catch. Oh my god, but amazing. You still got some good players, although that D-line, you need some help. Oh, my God. But long story short, you can win these games. Mac Jones can win these games, but so can Brock Purdy. So I feel like Kyle wants Brock in because you got to justify paying him the $53 million. You can win these games. Now, if Brock Purdy goes out there and he's, a little rusty, he's aggravated his toe or something, still should be able to beat those games, not 100%. Or win those games not 100%. And I think that's Kyle's thinking, okay, hold them. We got this window of games that we should be able to, like, if Brock Purdy can't go and beat the Tennessee Titans, why are you paying him $53 million, right? So I feel like Kyle knows this is an opportunity to get Brock back in the roster, shake off the rust, and still win games and not have to have the media go, oh, well, look, Brock was terrible, right? Like, if you play him against the Colts first game and the Colts wipe him down, it's going to be, oh, God, Brock wasn't ready for prime time. But if you bring him back against, I get it, like the Panthers, and you beat the Panthers, and that's a Monday night game, and the world's, oh, wow, look at Brock, good game, big game, da-da-da-da-da. Then Kyle's going to be like, see, we waited. He's back. Our quarterback's back. The franchise is back. So this is good timing. And if you bring him back against the Titans and you wipe the floor with the Titans, oh, Brock Purdy, look at that. But if you bring them back against the Bears and the Bears cook them up because they're a good team, there's going to be questions. So I feel like Kyle has to play that side of it too because there's a lot of people that think there's a quarterback controversy. Richard Sherman, Tom Brady, right? Who else said it yesterday? There's Adam Schefter. A lot of people are spinning this, there's a quarterback controversy. And I don't think that they're wrong. Honestly, Mac Jones has been playing out of his mind. They got winnable games. He's been doing good. You bring in Brock, who hasn't played in a while. He might be a little rusty. The injury, you can aggravate it, flare it back up. Why didn't you put Mac Jones in? So it's a tough situation. So, yeah, we'll see. So Brock Purdy's situation is one to monitor. We'll keep an eye on that through the week. Ricky Pearsall, right? He'll be back in practice. That's good. Brandon Aiyuk, who knows when he's coming back. Again, no new injuries to report. Excited about that. And then the last batch of news that we'll talk about, according to, let's see. This was the news from also Kyle Shanahan. He mentioned about Asante Samuel. So they did bring him in for a tryout today. As we know, today was his tryout for the 49ers. The reason why they brought in Asante Samuel, Kyle Shanahan wanted to see where he's at, since he is returning from a major injury. He had the neck surgery, right? So Kyle Shanahan just kind of wanted to see, where's he at? Doesn't mean they're going to sign him. I don't know. Doesn't mean they're not going to sign him. Probably, I don't know. They kind of want to see where he's at. If they want him, they'll sign him because they got to determine. Their medical team has got to, right, take a look at him. I don't know if you want the 49ers medical team checking you out. They'll probably, imagine, but this is the way I imagine the 49ers medical team. And no disrespect to medical people, because I'm a medical professional, but we all know medical team of the 49ers is not the greatest. I imagine like this, like somebody's eyes falling out of their socket, like eyes falling down, ears falling down. They're bleeding all over the face. And the 49ers doctor comes. He's got his little, stethoscope. He's got all his doctor tools. He's looking. looking at the ear, looking into my eyes, and the guy eyes falls out. Oh, he looks great. He looks great. He's cleared to play. And he's looking like it. He's looking like, and the 49ers doctor looks great. Asante Samuel looks good. And his neck's like this. Oh, he looks great. He looks great. Looks great. That's kind of why I feel like you really want to see what the Niners medical staff thinks about Asante Samuel. I don't know. That's my take on it. But Kyle Shanahan did say he wants to see where he's at from injury. So that's the update. Who do I have tonight? Green Bay or Philly? I think Green Bay is going to win because it's in the frozen tundra of Lambeau Field. I don't know, man. Eagles, they're a good team. Packers, they're supposed to be a good team. Both of them, I don't know. I think the Packers win it just because they're home. I think Micah Parsons will have a big game, but I think it'll be a close game. I think it's going to be a good game. Warriors, let's go, man. Finally got a dub. Shout out to the Warriors. Listen, Will Richard, the rookie, the Gator. My cousin who went to University of Florida, she called me yesterday. She goes, how about that, Will Richard? I said, yeah, yes, your boy. She goes, yeah, he's a national champ, Gator. She went to school in Florida. She's Gator through and through. Anytime Gators do good in any sport, she called me up. Oh, I told you about Ricky Pearsall when he was a Gator. I told you about Will Richard. So you tell me about every player because they're of Gators. But yeah, I almost went to University of Florida when I was in college. I applied, got in, but I stayed back in home because my dad had passed away. So I wanted to stay closer to home. But I was this close to being a Gator. Never know. Could have been a Gator. But that was one of my schools I wanted to go to back in the day. But it didn't happen, didn't work out. But my cousin who graduated, a lot of my cousins went to Florida. So it was kind of like our family school, right, I guess. But they were all like, see, Gators, go Gators. But yeah, Will Richard, he's a great rookie. Shout out to him. Nathan says, hey, Raj, glad to see Ricky back to practice. Not surprised on BA. Yeah, it's good to hear that Ricky Pearsall will be back this week. I mean, at this point, can you be surprised at Brandon Aiyuk? Probably not. Blooming Cash says, I got the Eagles. They always win these types of games. They do. They win these games, these close games against tough opponents. The Eagles are a good team. They got, unfortunately, I hate to admit it, they're a good team. So let's see. Medical team will see him and thinks he's better than Pride Revis about Asante Samuel. That's how bad the 49ers medical team is. They're going to be like, oh, he looks better than Pride Del Revis. Sign him, Kyle. Sign him, Kyle. So, yeah. Any case. Let's see. Any other comments? I think that's about it. We kept it short. We'll recap. Brock Purdy, evaluate him. Kyle wants to see him string together 3 full participant practices. Brandon Aiyuk, he's not coming back. Rich Shaw, he's coming back this week, practicing. He's practicing this week. Will he play the game? We'll know. We'll see how he does in practice. Talking about practice. The 49ers tried out Asante Samuel. I wanted to see how he's doing after injury. But, Asante Samuel has been on a world tour, not your girls tour, but a world tour. He's checking out like almost every team. He's had I think a workout with 7 different teams. He's had a lot of tryouts, whatever you want to call them, for several teams. Now that he got cleared from his injury, he's out there doing a world tour. I got to try out this team. Will the 49ers be the team that signs him? If I had to make an assumption, no, 49ers won't sign him. They already got enough injury-prone players. You think they're going to add another guy to the mix? Not happening. No new injuries to report. Great news. And that's about it for today. Mendez says we should have kept Hufanga. He's playing great, man. And these Niners safeties are dog so bad. Mustafa, he was in coverage one play. And Devontae Adams, granted it's Devontae Adams and he'll do that to you, but oh my God, Devontae Adams ate that boy off the line. I mean, he cooked him so bad. The touchdown, I saw the touchdown coming before it even happened. I was like, oh God, Mustafa's going to get eaten alive. And he did. Oh, he said like this. He did. The league leader in touchdowns put a route clinic on Mustafa. And Mustafa was like, oh shit. He was so dusted. Bro was so dusted. But you're right. And then Jair Brown, this one, the worst. players the Niners drafted in this regime. He's so bad. He's so slow. He can't tackle. He can't cover. What does he do? He's worth nothing. He's worth nothing. It's sad to say, I had high hopes for Jair Brown coming out of Penn State. I was like, okay, this guy's good. He's got talent. Oh my God, bro. He's not good. But yeah, Hufanga, good player. I'm happy that he's having success. Denver's got a great team. They got a great defense, really. That's what it is. Their defense is insane. It's good when you have a great defense around you because you'll play better and you have a pass rush. That D-line is nasty. I'm not taking anything away from Hufanga. He's had a good season, but he's also benefiting from being on a unbelievable Denver Broncos defense. The defense is great, so it's going to make him play better. But again, nothing to take away from him. He's had a great season, and I'm happy for Talanoa Hufanga. I loved him when he was on the Niners. Good dude. I've met him. Just such a humble guy. He was great. I agree. I wish we would have kept him, man. Better than Jair Brown, better than Marquise Siegel, better than Malik Mustafa. Great player, man. But the injury, I get it too. Coming off a big injury, he didn't look the same last year. I think the Niners were kind of like, we don't want to have buyer's remorse. They've already paid a lot of players. And you know how it happens when the 49ers pay players? They crash and burn. So I think the 49ers, in the long run, they probably did the right thing. So there you go. PWS says, imagine the Rams or the Seahawks win the Super Bowl in Levi's. Why you got to throw that out there? I pray that either one of them don't. Whoever's in the NFL, like, listen, if the Niners make the playoffs and they lose, whatever happens to the 49ers this season, win or lose, if they don't make it to Super Bowl, I'm going to go against any team that's playing Seattle or the Rams. Please don't let them go in the Super Bowl. Like, I'd rather have Philly than, I don't know, Philly. I don't want any of these teams celebrating a Lombardi Trophy in Levi Stadium. I might have to go for the AFC unless it's the Chiefs. Imagine it's like the Chiefs and the Seahawks in the Super Bowl. Oh, God, I don't know who I'd want to pick. Detroit? Nah, I guess Detroit. But no, Detroit's going to slime it in our face because we had the little bit of a rivalry, the NFC Championship. They're salty. Last year, remember Almon Ra or whoever, it was BTA. He was like, BTA built the ass. And our team was like a shell of itself at that point in the season. Like, come on, dude. I don't want Detroit. I don't want any of these teams. Green Bay, no. I don't like Green Bay. I don't know. Who the heck should, maybe the AFC. Patriots, Colts. It's not, but Patriots, Colts out of the AFC. Patriots have been playing great. Drake May, unbelievable. They got an easy schedule. Colts, Danny Dimes doing his best Mac Jones impression with the blood. But there was such a funny tweet. Someone says it looked like he was wearing lipstick, and then someone quote tweeted him, Caleb Williams got to be punching the air because Caleb, he's got like the nails, the lips, the girlish features, and they're like, oh, Caleb, I was dying at that tweet. It's so funny, dude. People on the internet crack me up, man. That's the bad luck that's only the kind of bad luck that would happen to us. Yeah, I agree. Broncos, Dre Greenlaw deserves a redo. I mean, I guess I wouldn't be mad at the Broncos winning. Yeah, Hufanga and Greenlaw root for the DJ Jones. They got a whole bunch of Niners. I guess I'd be cool with the Colts. DeForest Buckner. I'd be cool with the Colts. I'm Danny Dimes. I thought he was horseshit his whole career, but I like to see him kind of turn around. I like those type of stories, man. Good for him. He just found a new place and he's making the most of it and proving himself. So Nathan says if the Eagles beat the Giants tonight, the Eagles don't play the Giants tonight. The Eagles play the Packers. But yeah, we do got to win. We just got to keep winning games. Imagine Aaron Rodgers wins a Super Bowl in Levi's. Oh, fuck that. Why would you say that? I don't think Steelers are going to the Super Bowl, but imagine they turn it up at the end of the season and then Aaron Rodgers somehow makes it to the Super Bowl. Can you imagine Pittsburgh hoisting the Lombardi? What's up, Renee? How we doing? Yeah, but that's it. Niners, We like I said, we did a little recap. Injuries. Brandon Aiyuk not coming back. Ricky Pearsall should be back practice. You guys have a good rest of your day. If there's any more news, you know what? We'll be back. Y'all have a good one. Happy Monday.